Hey guys, welcome to Cinematic Comment where we talk about anything and everything related to the MCU. When we talk about the Avengers movies, we often talk about the Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame. The first Avengers movie was the one where our beloved heroes assembled for the first time and we got to see their red hot chemistry on screen for the first time. Infinity War was billed as the biggest Marvel movie till date,
Thanos is coming. He's coming.
and Endgame was, well, Endgame. There's not much that needs to be said about that. Age of Ultron tends to be overlooked between all these amazing movies, which is why I actually think it is quite underrated and deserves more love. By the time Age of Ultron rolled out, our heroes had become quite close to each other, and we can see that this group of remarkable people truly enjoy each other's company and consider each other to be family. The movie cleverly links major events that happened in the MCU, such as the Hydra infiltration of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Tony Stark's apprehensions of potential dangers to our planet, which were amplified because of this particular vision, which ultimately led to the creation of Ultron.
You could have saved us. Why didn't you do more? I see a suit of armor around the world.
Sounds like a cold world, Tony.
I've seen colder. This one, this very vulnerable blue one, it needs Ultron.
Talking about Ultron, I personally think he was a great villain. His dialogues were very well written, and James Spader did a tremendous job of playing the role. Ultron had a twisted vision of improving Earth by wiping out all its inhabitants and starting out afresh. One of the things that I really appreciated about this movie was the fact that it gave time for our heroes to have their quiet moments and interact with each other, which really helped flesh out their characters. All the scenes at Clint Barton's farmhouse are some of my favorite scenes in all of the MCU. After all, we get to see Nat as the godmother of Clint's children. Wait a minute, Clint has children? That's amazing. The movie also does great justice to Clint's character and explains exactly why he's so important to the team.
But I see those guys, those gods.
You don't think they need me?
I think they do, which is a lot scarier.
It was essential when you consider how underserved he was in the first movie. We also get an introduction of Wanda and Pietro Maximoff, who initially start out as villains but have a heroic turn to the good side towards the end of the movie. The movie also offers some high octane action with Iron Man and Hulk fighting it out when Hulk loses control because of a vision he's shown by Wanda. Of course, this fight has the unfortunate effect of causing a lot of damage as it occurred right in the middle of a city. And it's not that this does not have consequences. It eventually leads to Hulk deciding to leave our planet because he feels that he's too dangerous. That's another aspect to appreciate about this movie. Everything has consequences and is not forgotten about. One of the chief criticisms reserved for the movie is the need for it to set up future events and movies, which people felt took away from what was currently going on in the film. While I have to agree that there were some scenes we could have done without, or maybe have gotten a more elaborate explanation for what was going on, but there were some other scenes which are very cleverly tied into what was going on in the current events of the movie as well. For example, the arguments between Steve Rogers and Tony Stark further showed the audience the deep divide between their ideologies, planting the seeds for their disagreement about the Sokovia Accords and Captain America Civil War. But just as importantly, it also highlighted that despite all the differences, these were two men that deeply cared for one another.
You all right? I'm home.
Making the eventual face-off in Civil War even more heartbreaking. So I truly believe that most of the scenes that set up future movies also played their part in adding to the story of the current movie as well. The movie also provides for Tony Stark and Bruce Banner, aka the Science Bros, to get some redemption with respect to the creation of Ultron when they created Vision, who is what Ultron was actually supposed to be. Thor definitely likes him.
Right. Well done.
The criticism of Ultron not getting a lot of screen time is understandable, and there's not much that can be said to defend that. All I can say is that whenever he did make his way onto our screen, he was brilliant. The movie was definitely a hero-centric movie when compared to, say, Infinity War, which is more Thanos-centric as we all know. Before Infinity War and Endgame, a criticism leveled at the MCU was the lack of any major character deaths. Age of Ultron provides an exception to the same, with Pietro Maximoff sacrificed himself to save Clint and a child that Clint was trying to save. It was a very emotional scene, and the first time we get to see a major hero's death.
You didn't see that coming.
I think the movie was well paced and had its share of emotion, the classic Marvel humor, action, and a good villain without feeling stuffed at any point. What more could one ask for? So there you have it, guys. My 2 cents on why I love Age of Ultron and why I think that it deserves more love. As always, I would love to know your thoughts in the comment section below. Feel free to express yourselves and discuss your thoughts about the movie. Also, let me know what kind of videos you would like to see in the future. If you like this video, please do leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I shall see you guys soon, and until then, remember to aim for the moon, because even if you miss, you'll land among the stars.